Hello, everyone, and good morning. Welcome back to Court Farms for the next installment of our 1000 Cows series. It is a very dark, very early January morning here on the farm, but being that it is January, it is finally time to sell our harvest from the past year. So usually, grain prices are at their high in January, and if we take a look here at the current market prices, we should see just about that. They're actually they seem to be kind of at their peak actually, and seem to be falling a little bit. And so I do actually there's some 1316. Oh, there's some pretty high prices at the moment, including at Tall Trees right down the street and Valley View, which I don't feel like driving all the way down there. Tall Trees is pretty high. Same with the wheat prices. So we might just be delivering all of our stuff to Tall Tree right down the road. Actually, no. Farmers market has a substantially higher price. Let me go see what the farmers market is. I actually haven't been there yet. All right, so not too far, just kind of up the road there. I think we can make a trek up there for the farmers market to sell our wheat. That should not be a problem at all. And we actually have a trailer big enough. I think we may be able to get just about all of the harvest in one trailer, if I remember correctly, based on what we have. Yeah, so our Brontener trailer does have a capacity of over 33,000. So we should be able to get all the wheat in there, and we can bring that over. But before we do that, I want to just do a little bit of a recap kind of what I've been thinking and some upgrades that I made to the farm after recording the last episode, but before we hit, January. So if we actually jump over to the map, down here, I actually added in a couple of slurry sell points, and same with over here in the middle. So what these do is these are actually underground storage units, and instead of just functioning as an underground storage unit, since I I was hesitant to do this because I didn't want to, really like cheat in any way, but I think this is kind of a happy medium between, you know, a realistic way to dispose of our massive overproduction of slurry. So being that the BGA is the only sell point and we're producing way too much slurry than we could store, I think the only reasonable solution is to find a way to kind of, get rid of it, um, at least get rid of our access. So this is what these are for. So I have a couple of these placed on the farm, and essentially we can drive up to them, you know, dump the slurry in there, and then it gives us not a lot of money at all, but just a little bit. It's about like 600 bucks a load. So about, I think, half the price of what they're selling at the BGA. So again, it's not super lucrative, which is another reason why I kind of wanted to put these down, because I didn't want to just make tons of money from it. So it's not super lucrative, but we do get a little bit, and I'd like to imagine that I think I could really justify this in the sense of, we are a massive cattle farm. We're obviously producing a lot of slurry. You think that maybe some other farmers around the map would want to come buy our farm and buy it. And so having it in these storage tanks, by getting a little bit of money, we can imagine that the other farmers are driving up, contacting us and then purchasing it directly out of these storage tanks and delivering it back to their farm to fertilize their fields. So in my mind, that makes sense. Again, it's not super lucrative, but being that we are the cattle producer, pretty much the sole cattle producer in this map, it does make sense that we would sell some of our product to neighboring farmers. So that's why I can justify, putting those sell points on our land. But aside from that, I've actually been thinking as well about some equipment. So you guys were mentioning in the comments that, man, one thing, you guys really seem to be enjoying the series. So thank you so much for all your support. And I'm really been enjoying this as well. Something different that I haven't done yet in Farming Simulator. So it's a lot of fun to do something like this. But another thing you guys were saying is that you were a little bit skeptical of the equipment that we have, the amount of fields that we have, and the amount of cows that we have to feed. So I want to address that in this episode. And I know we're a little bit down on cash. We only got about 70, 80 grand in the bank. But I think we got some ways to, not necessarily, I mean, we do have ways to make money. Obviously, we have to sell a bunch of milk. We'll get like 30 grand right there today with that. So maybe even more. But aside from that, we have some other means of kind of moving some funds around so that we can better allocate some of our money. So one of those things is getting rid of some equipment that we really don't need. We have this. this cultivator. I think we could still use this at some point for some things. I'm going to keep it for now, but that's kind of one of the things that caught my mind on maybe something we can get rid of. I do want to keep my planter and my seeder just for grass and corn silage purposes. One thing that we probably could get rid of though is let me see if I can find what's sitting around here. Yeah, the water trailer. So we don't need this, being that the barns actually provide water automatically at with how big they are. The bigger barns provide water automatically. This telehandler bucket has just been sitting around. I have not used this one time. Gonna get rid of that. These tools I'm gonna keep. I think everything in here is worth keeping. Yeah, this is all of our hay equipment and our plow. Definitely need that. Bale trailer, got to keep that. But yeah, we can get rid of these two small components, give ourselves some cash. I also want to get rid of the grass pickup header for our forage harvester that's currently attached to it. We've only used this briefly once. Instead of, since we are doing a mixture of grass silage and corn silage, I'm leaving the bunker silo for the corn silage, and any grass silage we're gonna bale anyway. So there's really no need to have this pickup header here. So I'm gonna get rid of that. That'll give us some nice cash. And then I think the last thing that I was thinking about getting rid of, and well, actually, I'll call it a trade. Hopefully, if we get rid of some of those components, we can trade this feeder in for a little bit of an upgrade. So I was checking out the store catalog just last night before we went to bed, and I did notice that they have something in stock that I really, really want, and I think it can benefit the farm greatly. So let me show you guys what I'm talking about. So this Silo King Trail Blind System 1000 Plus popped up at the store, and it couldn't have been a more perfect time for us to, need one of these. So it is a little bit pricey at 141,000, but it does hold 45,000 liters of TMR, and that is exactly what we need. That means, it's almost twice as what we have now capacity wise in our feeder, and that means instead of making 4, 5, 6 trips down to some of the other barns in the other parts of our farm, we could fill up an entire barn in just one load. And getting this loaded might be a little bit more of a time consuming process, but at least we don't need to be driving significant distances to feed our cows, when we can do it much faster with this. So I think I'm going to really try to get this today, even if we just have to lease it. This is my goal for today, is to get this in our possession, because it was interesting. I actually looked this up online. It is a mod, and so I looked it up online, and it actually does exist. And it says that it's actually made for farms with 1,000 cows or more, hence the name 1000 plus. And so this is a real implement. It's not just like a made up, thing based off of a real brand. This is a real implement, and it serves the purpose that we need it to serve, both in real life and now in Farming Simulator. So I always think that's really cool. When you have things like that that you can use in the game, really just makes it much more of an authentic experience. So yeah, we're gonna pick this up today, and talk about getting a wheel loader soon as well. So lots of things to do. We need to start making some money. So let's go ahead and start doing that. All right, so obviously the store is not open yet. So what I'm going to do first actually is go find our New Holland that I have parked on the other side of the farm, bring that back up here, and we're going to empty out some of those slurry storages on the big barns down there, and then come back up here and fill up this trailer for our with our grain, so we can bring that to the sell point when that opens as well. So let's go ahead and jump into our New Holland on the other end of the farm, go get that started. Yeah, so as you can see, we're just going to fill up with some slurry here, and then just back up right to that tank over there and sell it. I think I did consider getting auto drive set up in this map. That would mean we can have Jerry kind of come back and help us with some of these tasks, like feeding and getting rid of this slurry, and even selling some of the milk and some of the products that we need. And that would really help, because we just spent a lot of time lately just driving around the map and driving around the farm. So if we can have him help out with some of these tasks that we can work simultaneously, it'll be really, really lucrative for us, both in terms of time and money. So I did download it, and I just need to spend some time getting the route set up. I'll probably do that after this episode off camera, and then we can, talk about that in the future. But yeah, making use of, I used to use that in farming FS19, and I haven't used it in this game yet. And it's a little bit tedious to set up, but I think with what we are trying to do in this game, it's gonna pay off huge. Gonna give us huge benefits. So I might take the time to do that. But anyway, in the meantime, I'm just gonna go ahead and do this a little bit. Very, very boring. I'm hesitant to feed the cows until we get that bigger implement. So I think I'm gonna wait about another hour and a half till the store opens. And then we'll go and drop off some of our equipment and everything and get that all ready to go. So I'll talk to you guys in a second. Alright, so it looks like it actually seems to be, maybe the opening time is 8 o'clock. I decided to get up here a little early so we could be the first ones in the gate. Sell our crops. Let's see if it'll take it, or if I gotta wait another 15 minutes. There we go. They are taking our wheat. So I think we are good. I'm not expecting a ton of money from this, but everything counts, and it's actually looking pretty nice so far. So yeah, 22,000 from a wheat harvest. Not too bad, since that was basically just one field. And now we have to go back and get our oats. I know this is a technically a silage trailer, but the extra capacity helps. And since we're just delivering it, I don't think it's really too bad to use this for just transporting our grains from the silo. So let's go head back, grab the oats. We'll start selling those. Start selling them our milk. We're gonna be making some money today. And I already sold our equipment to the store, so I'm waiting for them to come and pick that up. They should have that picked up pretty soon, and we'll be able to head over there and pick up our new stuff as well. So, a lot to get done. Still early in the day. Let's just keep on keeping on here and head back to the farm. So as we're loading up our oats here, it still looks like Tall Trees has one of the highest prices. I know we can take it to Valley View for $13.76, but I think that Valley View is one of those ones that's like, oh, never mind. We're going there. It is literally across the street, and I haven't been there yet to sell anything. So let's go and check that out. We are ready to head out. So let's go ahead and do that. See you guys there. This is just fantastic. I mean, look at where this place is. And look at where our farm is. It's literally right there. Could not pick a better place to sell our harvest for the year. So convenient, saving us tons of time. And the people from the store already came, picked up our equipment, which is fantastic. So we can, after we sell this, I think we got maybe one, maybe two more loads left. All right, oh, there's the drop point. Yep. And then we'll head over to the store and get our new stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and just finish up selling this, these oats. Which, oh my goodness, we're making tons of cash on this. Let's see, just one trailer. What does one trailer get us? Oh man, 46 grand. Let's go. That's awesome. Oh, this is great. All right, yeah, we have more than enough money today to spend some cash on some new equipment. Honestly, I may even consider buying something outright, because we have a few things on lease at the moment, including our I think right now it's the truck, the manure trailer that we actually have is still sitting at the store. I actually got to pick that up. I'll grab that today. I just haven't had the time to really sell any of the manure. Maybe we'll be able to do that today. Just spending so much time feeding the cows, I haven't even had time to do it. But with our new feeder that we're about to get, that'll cut our time down significantly. Yeah, so we have the trailer on lease, the truck on lease. And I actually think that might be it. So that being said, oh, and the slurry trailer as well. So yeah, we should be able to get like one of those, if not both of them, you know, a couple of things today. I would also like to consider getting, leasing a front loader or a wheel loader. I always call it a front loader from, you know, that's what I used to always call it when I was growing up. So that is what they're known to me as. But yeah, I'm going to grab one of those. That way we could get that massive 8,000 liter silage attachment for it, like silage fork. Then we can load up our new feed trailer super quick once we get that. Man, things are looking up. And then pretty soon, like I said in the beginning of the episode, I want to, you know, get Jerry back here pretty soon. He didn't help us out in December at all, but, you know, we didn't really need him, or at least we thought we didn't, but we definitely do. It would definitely help having somebody else around on the farm to either, you know, feed the cows, sell some product, you know, drive to the milk to the store and everything. Just things like that that take a lot of time out of our day. So we'll get that set up at some point as well. But in the meantime, wrap off these next couple of loads here. I'll see you guys at the store. All right, so just pulling up to the store. I think we should see our, yep, there it is, all ready to go. Our new feed mixer wagon. So we got that, and then we also have this trailer sitting here that I'm gonna need to take back at some point for our manure. But I also decided to just bring this back so that, you know, they could they didn't have to come pick it up. So since we're just doing a trade-in, I figured it might be easiest to bring our feed mixer back. So we're gonna go ahead and get this traded in for the new one. We decided to buy it outright. As you could tell by our bank account, we had about 220,000 in there just before we purchased that. So very, very lucrative day from the oat harvest. Really looking forward to getting that in next year as well. But yeah, so let's go ahead and do the trade. We'll take the feed mixer back, and then we'll probably come back and grab the trailer as well, so we can get that back to the farm, you know, just in the morning, and then we'll focus on selling our milk. All right, so as we're heading back to the farm here, I also do want to bring up an additional point that I've been thinking about, which is another tractor, because with this new feed mixer, this thing needs like 240 horsepower, and the only tractor that we have that has over 200 horsepower is this one. And it's, you know, the hours are getting up on it. It's you know, the condition is getting a little bit questionable. You know, still running just fine, and we're, you know, maintaining it pretty well and everything. But I just noted that in the near future, it would be worthwhile to consider investing in another tractor of a similar with similar power. You know, the other two that we have are great for a lot of the things around the farm, but in terms of running all of the heavy implements and everything, this is pretty much the only one that can do it, including the mowers. So I would like to get another tractor that can run the mowers for us, so we can have, you know, one tractor doing that, and the other tractor would, you know, we'd still have another tractor available to do other tasks on the farm that require a little bit more horsepower. So I am thinking about another medium-sized tractor. Again, I think I mentioned in the last episode, you know, I was considering like a John Deere, or even like a Valtra or something, or even a, you know, Massey Ferguson. Don't really, don't know what's going on here. Don't use that a lot, but I think there, you know, there's so many options. Even you know, we got Fendt, we got Class, just tons of different options to choose from. So yeah, if you guys have any good recommendations, please let me know. I would love to, you know, hear your thoughts about what medium-sized tractors are your favorite and why. Again, I am looking for something over 250 horsepower, just so we can run some of these bigger implements. You know, even over 300 would be ideal, but anything over 250 would definitely benefit us a little bit. I think, yeah, I think those mowers need at least like 230 or something. So anyway, just something to think about for the next few episodes. But yeah, here's our new feed mixer. Thing's pretty big, but it does have like all-wheel steering in the back, so it should be pretty easy to maneuver around. I'm gonna go head back to the store, go and grab that other trailer, and then I might talk to them about seeing if they have a front loader or a, you know, a wheel loader that we could get our hands on right now. Since we did buy that upright, I'm not taking on any additional leases for that mixing wagon. And since we did sell a little bit of additional equipment, we got some money in the bank to use, and I think, you know, putting it towards something like that might just be worthwhile. So let's go back, grab our trailer, and we will inquire about what they have in stock. All right, so just getting back to the farm. I did talk to the guys at the store, and they do have something that we're going to be able to check out. We're just going to lease it for now. Not gonna buy it just yet. Just going to try it out, see if it does the job. But they said it should be here this afternoon. They're going to drop it off for us a little bit later, which means that we have some time to get some things done on the farm. I think what I'm going to do first is actually might put this new trailer to use. Actually, maybe not right now. I'm actually going to go sell some milk first, and then we'll put this trailer to use a little bit later. So let's go ahead and jump in the tanker and start rounding up some of the milk. We have a ton of it down at the other barn, the big barn. It's actually full, so I want to go get that sold so that they can start filling that storage again. You don't want to, you know, hinder their production. And just in case you guys can hear it, sorry again, like last episode with my, if you can hear my radiator hissing away in the background. So it's definitely, you know, it's very cold in Chicago right now. It's a little bit warmer today, but the past few days, I mean, have been absolutely brutal. If you guys are not aware, there was like a winter storm that went through, and then, you know, it just, the temperatures just dropped. I mean, we had 3 days in a row this week. Today, as the day I'm recording this, it is Wednesday, the 17th. I'm a little bit ahead of my videos, but either way, as of today, you know, today's the first day that it's actually reached the double digits. The past 3 days, the high has been anywhere from -2 to 0 to like 4 degrees. So needless to say, it has been absolutely frigid in Chicago and, you know, the Midwest and everything. So yeah, my heat's been working overtime. So sorry if you guys hear that, but just know that it's been a little cold and I don't want to freeze up here in my little office studio place that I got in my apartment. So yeah, sorry about that. But anyway, I actually checked on the prices of the milk, and it looked like the Valley View had the best price. Well, not the best price, but one of the better prices for being right across the street. Actually, I think like the second or third best price on the whole map. So for milk, so we're gonna just go right over there, drop this off, and then I will head down to the big barn on the other end, like I said I would do, and start getting some of that milk cleared out. So hopefully from this we can make another nice bit of money. I know these sell, you know, for about $20,000 for the truck and the trailer, so really not bad. I mean, today we're just rolling in the cash, and as soon as we get Jerry back here to help us out, I mean, it's just going to be awesome. So anyway, let's go ahead and get this stuff sold, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. All right, just got heading back from the store here right down the block. Sold all of our milk for a very, very nice profit. We had about 200,000 in the bank now. And as we pull up here, we should see our new piece of equipment that we're leasing for the farm. So there it is, sitting right there. Got ourselves a new wheel loader. It is the second biggest class one, as someone recommended. I think the first one wouldn't have really done too well with this silage, the big silage fork. So we're gonna go and give the second one a try. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this milk truck around, maybe, you know, around this other barn here, get it loaded up for later, and then we will or get it ready to be loaded up at least. And we'll go ahead and give that a go. Start feeding some of these cows, and try to see if we can get, you know, the right TMR ratio, since we have our new trailer as well. All right. Yeah, this silage fork is way bigger than I thought it would be, to be honest with you, but that's all right. We'll definitely make use of it. Let's go ahead and let's try and get some of this hooked up here, and just see what the ratio is going to be, because I haven't I've only been doing this with bales, so it's, and a little bit of the free silage just kind of top it off. But I'm curious, like once we start getting the hay bales in and everything, what it's going to be like. So swap out our trailers here. I know we have our manure trailer. We'll use this a little bit later, but for now I'll just put it off to the side. I want to get the cows fed first because some of them are running pretty low on food, especially the ones in the big barn down there. They always need a lot of food, and we haven't fed them since, you know, yesterday, so they are going to need it. All right, so let's jump in our telehandler, and I'm actually tempted, since we are going to be going through quite a few bales, I am tempted to swap this for the auto load grabber, just because if we're going to be doing, you know, so our old ratio was about, it was 2 hay bales and then the rest silage, and this one I'm guessing it's going to be 4, given that we have about double the capacity in this new trailer. But either way, I think it would be beneficial to use this. I know, again, I don't know how you guys feel about auto load. It's always a little bit of a controversial topic in the farming sim community, but at the very least, you know, it does make it a little bit easier to kind of move these bales around, and you know, it's just, I don't know, when you're trying to be quick and not make a huge mess of the bales like I have in this shed, the auto load does help a lot. So you know, you still have to get up pretty close, so it's not like, you know, complete cheating, I think. Just because it is hard to work with the telehandlers and, you know, different attachments and stuff in this game. It's a little bit tough, you know, to get everything looking all, you know, picked up nice and clean and everything. So I don't know, but yeah, I mean, this thing, oh man, I can't even reach it. I'd extend the arm a little bit. This thing is very, very big compared to our old one. Yeah, so let's see here. So if we drop these in, yeah, I think, okay, so we got 2 hay bales in there. We're gonna go pick up some more hay, but I don't think we're gonna need it. Well, at least not right now. So let's do this, then we'll do a load of silage, and we'll see here. So let's go ahead and pick up just a couple more of these. All right, so this thing, I'm really excited for this. I mean, 8,000 liters just in one bucket. Oh, look at how nice that fills up. Man, this is gonna be great. now we're getting things done around here. Except this yard is a little bit tight to maneuver this big equipment like this, but it's fine. We can figure out our positioning a little bit better later. All right, let's go ahead and just dump this in. I know we're not going to use this full 8,000 liters, but at the very least, we know that it's going to be four hay bales and then just the rest silage. And I know we could use some straw too, but I kind of want to keep my straw for now. You know, we do have quite an abundance of silage, so I think it's not going to be that much of an issue to be able to use some of this. Yeah, it's only 3,000 liters. Okay. So it would have been, you know, 2 scoops from the small tractor, but I think we're actually going to consider getting rid of that now that we have this. Not getting rid of the tractor, but getting rid of the attachment, since we have this massive silage fork. But you never know. It might come in handy for moving some things around. But anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and drive this down probably to the big field, or the big barn down there on the south side of the farm. If I can make it around this corner. Yeah, this all-wheel steering on this really, on this trailer, so you can see it working there. Really helps with getting everything, you know, around the farm and everything, but with all these tight corners and tight roads, narrow streets. So yeah, can't complain about that. But all right, we're gonna go ahead, like I said, head down to the other barn. Probably just get, you know, 2 loads in there, and we should be good to go. I mean, that'll be 80,000, 90,000 liters of TMR, so that should definitely last us. And then we'll probably, toward the end of the day, get you know, 1 load in each barn, and just be able to call it a day, because I think like some of these other barns we can actually get a couple days out of a full batch of TMR, so we don't really need to feed them every single day, except for the big barn, because there's like, you know, over 200 cows in there. Some of these other ones are a little bit easier to work with. We don't need to feed them all the time. But yeah, see you guys in a second when we get down there. All right, here we are. Let's see what this does to the amount of food in here. So I think we have if I check real quick. All right, so right now we're pretty low. We only got 11,000. Let's see how this adds up. Look at that, 56,000 liters. Definitely worth the investment. We had to make about, 6 trips down here to get this fed before. Now we can do it in 2. We're gonna go back, get one more load for this barn, and then we're just probably gonna go around, feed all the cows, and I'll check back in with you guys when we're done doing that. So, man, I love, you kind of gotta get a little bit of the hard work out of the way early on, and then once you start getting some money and can invest in some, larger scale equipment, it really makes things much more efficient. As you can see here, I mean, this is gonna just drastically reduce our feeding time, and then we have, our more efficient ways of transporting our product. And then once, like I said, once we get Jerry back in here, give him a little bit of time off for the holidays and things. Once we get him back here in the next month or two, we're really going to be able to make this farm extremely productive and still hopefully get some field work in. I still plan to get some field work. I still plan to get some, I actually plan to purchase some additional fields, which we'll talk about, a little bit later. But just another thing to think about. I know I've been thinking about a lot of things with equipment and upgrades and things, but yeah, new tractor, bigger fields. We do need to keep on top of our grass and silage and hay production in the next year. So it'll be good to have some extra fields to be able to help us do that, rather than relying on contracts and things, because a lot of our bales this time around were from contracts. But yeah, let's just keep getting these cows fed, and I'll check in with you guys in a little bit. All right, the day's coming to a close. We have our cows fed. I was just kind of doing a little bit of work, just general maintenance around the farm, emptying out some of our slurry tanks, and here we have our new manure trailer hooked up, filled up. We have actually quite a bit in the reserves for manure, and so I'm gonna go just see if the BGA will take this now. I know it is late in the day, but you never know. But yeah, we have like 210,000 liters of manure stored on our farm in some capacity. So we got to get this, sold or kind of relocated, because it is filling up. But we also, had tons of slurry, and luckily we have a place on our farm where we can store that for now. What I'm thinking in the future as well, I had a thought as I was kind of browsing the store in past couple times. There's also some slurry storage tanks that you can hook up to your tractor. They're trailers, and they're about I think like 55 or 65,000 liter storage tanks. And so I'm definitely gonna pick up one of those probably tomorrow or something, just because it would be really nice to be able to fill up, especially where we have those areas where there's a couple of barns kind of next to each other. It'd be nice to be able to fill up all just hit a couple barns at once. Oh, the gates are closed, but can I open them and still drop it off? We're gonna go for it. Let's see if it'll take it. But anyway, yeah, so I would like to get one of those storage tanks, because then we can fill it up and make like one trip to the other storage containers. And then also what we could do is get rid of we can when we use a slurry to fertilize our field, we'll be able to just pull up that trailer next to the field, have it sit there, so we don't have to keep going back to the barns to refill. We could just refill it right from the trailer. And it looks like it's not going to take all of our manure. That is disappointing, but we're going to have to sell this somewhere else. Probably at the garden center, or maybe I'll think about doing something similar, seeing if I can find something on the farm that I could put down to sell our manure, because the garden center's quite a drive away. But I don't know. For now, I guess we'll just have to have it sit, and I'll just leave it in this trailer. Is what it is. But yeah, we'll figure out a better solution for this a little bit later. I think going forward, I'm not even going to have manure anymore. It's just with the slurry. I only wanted the manure because we were producing too much slurry, but now I found a solution for the slurry, so we really don't need the manure. So as soon as we kind of get rid of all of this that we have, I'm not going to use our straw for that anymore. But I think this is a great spot to call it a night and call it an episode. So thank you guys so much for watching as I'm struggling, just absolutely struggling up this hill with this tractor. I mean, this is a pretty heavy trailer that we're pulling, but a lot of the equipment struggles up this hill. But anyway, yep, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you are all enjoying the series. It's been really fun making it, and we're finally starting to get a little bit more efficient with our equipment and everything. Now that we've got some upgrades, we're finally making some money. And so, yeah, stay tuned for more equipment upgrades. Like I said, I want to get through a year with this farm, with all of the cows, and see, you know, how we manage. But yeah, still quite a ways to go, but I am very optimistic. So thanks again. Stay tuned for the next episode, and I hope y'all have a great rest of your week. I'll talk to you guys soon. See you later.